Welcome to the next episode of Derek Revolution. This is... what episode is it? Welcome to episode 11. So far, I have played Konomics, Max, and Max 2. However, I am going... it's not going to be strictly Dance Revolution, as a lot of the stuff on screen would imply. I'm going to be playing all the dancing games on PS2. And that includes In the Groove, which is going to be today's. So between every set of mainline DDR games, there will be a non-mainline one. In the Groove, Dance Factory, Disney, and Dancing with the Stars. And I guess because of the name... oh, hi Vinny. Hi Falcon. Thanks for coming around. Because I have named the series Derek Revolution after myself, a play on Dance Revolution, it only makes sense that, unfortunately, this episode be called In the Derek. It's an unfortunate title. It shows a complete lack of foresight on my part, but this will be the spin-off episode In the Derek. The links are currently on screen to subscribe to the YouTube channel or the Twitch channel. These are being published right now on the YouTube channel. And if you're watching this on the YouTube channel, it's being streamed right now, almost weekly, depending on my health, because these games are incredibly exhausting. So enough of that. This is also going to be the longest one yet. The previous DDR games have just as many songs, but it would require a lot of grinding to unlock all of them. So I just did a reasonable amount, starting with 53, 60, and then 67. In the Groove, however, has a cheat to unlock all songs without grinding. So I will be doing over 70 songs today. What is it? Yeah, over 70 high-energy songs spanning multiple genres of music. There's the case. We're in the groove today. I almost skipped this one and placed Dance Factory in its place because I wasn't sure it was going to arrive on time, but it came in the mail just 2 days ago. So let's get rid of the links. Let's put this back up here. Here we go. These, I will not be exercising arms and chest today. I did that yesterday because, like I said, there's going to be a lot of songs in this one. So I have, it might even go longer than 3 hours. I don't know, but we're getting into it. I'll talk about things as we go. Let's get a song going so we can sort of see the differences between In the Groove and Dance Revolution. This is not a Konami game, as you can see. Oh, actually, remember the last one I was playing too. So I think medium is going to be the difficulty I'll be playing on. It is yellow, like light is. We'll see how hard it is, and then maybe I'll move up to hard, but probably not. I think this is also generally a harder game than DDR. But I guess we'll see. Alright, let's get started. Hopefully there's no music videos in this one. That was a huge problem with the last DDR game I played. Whoop! Oh, that little section of holds there is a little tricky. So as we can see right off the bat, this is very much like a Dance Dance Revolution. You've got your holds, you've got your half notes being a different color. The load screen, or the loading, is quite slow. Wow, only a D? Decent, great, it's way off. I did test this, but I think maybe I'll have to... Yeah, the loading is a little slow in this one, so maybe this will take just as long as, as any other one. But yeah, you'll see like the scrolling menu is very much the same as DDR, it's just on the left side with the information on the right side. What's cool is the little arrow pointing at your difficulty actually adjusts to the speed of the song. That's a neat little touch that I noticed while I was testing this. Another thing you'll notice on the stats at the bottom left is it will tell you exactly how many steps there are. Jumps, of course, being the double steps. Holds being the ones I have to hold on. Mines are a thing DDR doesn't have, where if a mine connects with an arrow while your foot is on it, you'll take damage, I guess. And hands is a third, like 3 arrows at a time. So there may be a hold that's left and right, and then you have to literally bend down and slap up with your hand. You can also have options, but for them, like we saw, which I'll actually do here. This isn't a thing I had shown off in DDR yet, but this is literally the exact same thing as in DDR. There is a menu just like this that is exactly the same. So I'm actually going to set the perspective to overhead. We saw hallway, which was like it kind of getting closer. Yeah, so the arrows would get a little bit closer. I think overhead might be what DDR is, whereas it is just like flat, which is the idea. But yeah, oh yeah, I guess handicap I will, you can turn these things on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn on no hands. And the reason for that is I'm not afraid to do it. I don't think it'll make it too much harder. However, with my current setup, if I'm doing that, if I have to bend down quickly and slap an arrow, I might brain myself on the edge of my desk. And I just don't want to risk doing that. So, if I had the space, believe me, I'd love to try it. But I might get a concussion. Whoop. Whoop. Damn, is medium too hard? Well, at least it does not end the song early. Life depleted, yes. I think I need to adjust the sync a little bit. Or I just need to get better. Yeah, a bit of a rough start. Yeah, I know. Yeah, In the Groove does not mess around. I think I am getting better a little bit. Oh, my name is definitely all A's. However, In the Groove is just simply a harder game. Like, there are 2 difficulties harder than this. Whereas in DDR, there's only like the 1 by default. So let's go to options. I may have to adjust the syncing just a little bit. Maybe like, let's try that. I was testing this with a controller and it was like close enough. But yeah, you like in all the DDR games, they have that same option, but I have to crank it up like all the way to one direction to make it line up. Whereas this one was pretty close right off. So I have no idea why that's a thing. I was also wondering how I would get my name on screen, because in like the... Oh yeah, it's gonna. My name is just 4 A's now. That's one I just lost on. This one will be a little easier. Yeah, maybe I don't want to bump the difficulty down even more, because I think it might be too easy on the one before this, but it might not be a good place to start for this one. Let's see how the new sync works. It would be nice if you could adjust that in the options on the way. Here we go. Bit of a boring song, but this is a much better start. I think those first ones were a little rough for a start. But yeah, you can see that this is, I don't like to throw around the term clone very frequently, because a lot of people call a lot of like PS3 era action games God of War clones, simply because they had similarities. And that's because God of War was just a really good game and it changed the genre. So to call action games that came after it a clone is a little unfair. That's just what the action genre became, because it was rather redefining. And when you think about it, like, how much more could you change as far as, like, this kind of rhythm game goes? Like, of course, there's a lot of different kinds of rhythm games that you can play sitting down with a controller, with other peripherals like Rock Band. And there are other dancing games that have, like, diagonals, and there's even touchscreen games now. Games that have, like, buttons on the sides of the screen to match up with, and all sorts of different things, but as far as the 4-directional dancing game goes, DDR, you couldn't really improve on DDR's formula. This added bombs and hands, but like that's still kind of nothing. The reason why I would call In the Groove a clone is because of just how many similarities there are. Like, they didn't have to have the menu laid out like this. This is exactly how DDR in the arcade does it. They could have done something different. In fact, other DDR games do it a little bit differently. I think Extreme has a different layout from Max, but then they go back. So it's stuff like that that really makes me feel like this is Definitely a clone. I mean, look at the colors too. A novice in DDR would be blue, but then there'd still be green, yellow. I guess purple would have been hard. But yeah, it's still. Well, actually, I guess medium would have been the easy difficulty. Like it's like the colors are there, the menu layout is there, the settings menu that we just saw. I mean, I haven't shown it off in DDR, but take my word for it, it is exactly the same. The fact that the default is 3 rounds, like the options menu is pretty much the same. It has the same like resync, the same difficulty adjustment and all that. Like, I feel like these shouldn't be crates. I'm getting it a lot better than great, I think. I mean, I guess I'm getting excellent sometimes. Oh yeah, this is a good pace. Just moving. A constant motion, not too fast. I think DDR also has, especially in this particularly difficulty area, more breaks. It gives you more opportunities to stop, whereas these ones are definitely more constant. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it is kind of nice, but yeah, I think In the Groove is just generally a bit harder of a game. I have little to no experience with this one. I did play In the Groove on PS2 back in the dancing heyday, but I only played this one a little bit. I tested it out yesterday actually. And I did like the first like 4 songs. And then I just sort of scrolled through listening to the previews. And there weren't like a whole lot of songs that were just like, man, what a banger. Like they just all kind of felt a little generic. Whoa. Whew. Feeling a little better. I'm getting back into it. Those first failures, I was just warming up. I'm saving my energy, and I'm gonna need it. So like I said, this will be the longest one yet. It's still giving me D's because I get too many greats. I don't know if adjusting the sync made it worse or better. Oh no, I want to change my name. Oh no, it wants me to backspace first, okay. Only 4 letters. What's so weird about this is, like, I was looking through the instruction manual because I, wanted to see if there's anything I should know about the game. And, like, I couldn't... Like, the screenshots look different from the game. Like, it showed, like, a screenshot of the options menu, and there was, like, more options in-game than on the screenshot. Oh, no, is it gonna kick me after every 3 songs? Okay. We gotta do something about that. I don't know how we would fix that in this menu. I guess perhaps... I don't know what event means. Actually, because, like, I think, like, event in DDR was, like, 3 songs, and then the opportunity to do a special song. Let's open up the options, or the instruction manual real quick. So, I want to know how to do... Yeah, settings menu screen. Oh no, that's the other setting, the posts, or the pre-song settings. Yeah, okay, songs per play. Select the number of songs per play in dance mode before returning to the main menu. Choose event to continuously play songs without returning to the menu. Okay, so I do want it on event. Event means something different in this game. Let's adjust this a little bit more while we're here and see if that makes me better. Hopefully I get fewer greats and more like excellence and marvelouses or whatever. Because I feel like there might be... Like, I was playing it with controller, and I was, like, pretty competent on controller, which, is kind of a given, but I feel like I should be doing way better on the dance mat. I think the dance mat itself might have a slight input, like, I don't know. It is a little hard to tell, and there's... Oh, the loading in this is so long, it's going to be tempting to just edit this, but I don't edit these. 42 jumps! Oh, I guess 23. Oh, it also seems color-coded, as if, like... 23 is an easy amount because it's green. Yeah, those are like an easy amount. Okay. That's interesting. Let's just move on. Event. Alright, so it just says event instead of telling me what round it is. Yeah, I guess like even this layout is a little bit different because there's the health bar at the top. Ooh. Whoop. Okay, I think it's being way more generous with my timing now. Whoop, I went up when I should have went down. I zigged when I should have zagged. Alright, I'm getting it. I'm feeling this beat. Oh, you can't throw jumps in there. Whoa. Alright, let's get back into it here. As soon as I said I was really feeling the beat, it's like, oh, were you feeling the beat? How about we throw some half-note jumps in there? Okay, alright, video game. Is the difficulty adjusting while I play? Again, this is not going to be expert level play. This is exercise. What you can do, viewers at home, is play with me. Clear out a bit of space in front of your computer, full screen this stream, and just step on your blank floor to the beat. You can play along at home, and you won't even be criticized for it. The game won't be telling you how poorly you're doing, it'll tell you how poorly I'm doing. But you can tell yourself that you were nailing it. That used to be a thing that people would do in the arcades back in the day. They'd call it shadowing, where one person would be playing, and if you're familiar with what the arcade looks like, DDR specifically, but probably this one too. Ooh, yeah, that was way off. I was trying to like suspend myself in gravity for a moment there. But yeah, shadowing was the act of just playing along on the second player slot. Following the arrows that the other player's doing, even though there's no arrows on your side of the screen. It's like if the person you're watching is playing at the same difficulty that you're used to and doing a song you like. Oh. You can just sort of play alongside. And it's free. Yeah, you switched up to the other beat and I did not keep up. Oh, I'm grooving, Dad. I am grooving the best I can. The best mid-30s white guy can. Which isn't great, but pretty good for my demographic, I think. That's what I tell people when we talk about DDR. They're like, oh, are you really good? I say, I'm really good for an old white guy. Am I really good? No. But considering the natural handicap of being old and white, yeah, pretty good. Oh, we gotta keep moving though. This is going to be the longest one yet. I think it was like 74 or 77 songs. And we are doing the entire set list. Not leaving anything out like in previous DDRs, because the cheat code just unlocks all of them without having to grind 500 songs. This is a nice pace right here. Ooh, bit of a break there. The long holds and the breaks are a nice opportunity to make sure my feet are still lined up. Like that, for example. Do a quick glance down, because it may not be super apparent while I'm playing, because it'll be very minuscule. But the mat does move slightly underneath you, which is why when I remember, sometimes after every song, I'll push it up a little bit more. It's actually a lot more apparent. Like, I was editing, or not really editing, but skimming through a previous one, and when you're seeing it sped up, it's very noticeable how much the mat is moving underneath you. There we go. Yeah, I think the syncing is a lot better now. Because I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm a lot better than it was giving me credit for. I was getting a lot of greats when I should have got excellence, I think. Still just C pluses though, but what am I thinking about? Oh, okay, next one. I guess one thing that In the Groove didn't take from DDR is the characters. I feel like the characters in DDR brought a lot of personality. Oh, and I guess the announcer too. Like, there's a hype announcer that talks quite a bit. Hope I did an irregular thing with my legs there. This one is also, we haven't seen it, I mean, we've seen it a little bit in the occasional song in Dance Dance Revolution, but this one switching to the half beat, making it the full beat, is happens a bit more frequently too, I think. Oh, pardon me. I have my hydration drink today is Gatorade for now. And then I also have a aloe water, and then a bottle of water too. Okay. And again, not going to be taking breaks every couple songs to do arms and chest because I had a workout day yesterday. Today is all legs, baby. Yeah, I feel like I'm still getting way more greats, and I should be doing better. I feel like the arrows might be slightly after. Maybe I need to bring the milliseconds down just a little bit more. I don't rock. I keep hitting D's because you're not scoring me correctly. I think it's also select to go back, like it is in DDR. Yeah, except you can just tap it instead of holding it. Alright. Something about this sync. I thought I had it with the controller, but I guess, okay. Maybe let's bring it down to like 20. Maybe that'll be okay. Again, it doesn't really matter, because I know in my heart I'm doing a better job than it's telling me. But it just... But I need you to know too. I need that validation. Oh, I didn't really go over the main menu, but it's again, it's also the same as DDR. There's the calorie counter. There's like a battle mode where you go up against a computer or another person. Doubles is the same thing. You can play across like both sides of the controller or two mats. The edit mode's pretty much the same. It really doesn't matter. This is a DDR clone for all intents and purposes. Except this one has a cheat to unlock all the songs, whereas the other ones make you play honestly way too much. Let's see how this goes. Pretty much the same. Also, I think, is that a track bar up top? I don't think DDR had that. So DDR had its health bar at the top of the screen above your arrows. Oh yeah, I forgot. I usually play on the second player slot, so the arrows are closer to that side of the screen for the stream. I have failed to do that this time. So that'll be another difference we see between this and DDR. But yeah, DDR's health bar is at the top. And I don't think, it doesn't have like a progress bar at all. So I think that might be what's at the top that was filling up in gray. It's really hard to examine that stuff while you're playing. But it also doesn't matter. The thing about rhythm games is it doesn't really matter, like the bars on screen, the like chance modes, none of that matters. Like Project Eva F, for example, it has like a chance mode where if you get all of them without missing any, it's like a bonus. There's like a meter that's your health. There's a meter at the bottom that's like determining like if you're gonna get like a different ending or not. Even the DDR on PS3 has a chance time where like the arrows will have like bubbles around them and it's like you have to get all of these for bonus. But the secret to like rhythm games is just ignore all of that. The only thing you really need to do is Just hit all the arrows, get your timings the best you can. Like there's no time in like a rhythm game where it's gonna be like, aside from like bombs in this, where it's gonna say like miss these arrows. Do something different here. Oh, thanks for coming by, Falcon. Thanks for your encouragement. Yeah, like I was saying, like the thing about rhythm games is the only thing you need to know is what buttons to push and when, and follow the beat. Literally nothing else matters. The meters, like, you don't need to worry about your health meter because that's just adding a bit of stress, a little bit of anxiety. Just focus on putting the buttons and then your health meter won't matter. Don't worry about how long the song is, just stay focused on your inputs. Because if you look away from your inputs, if you stop thinking about your inputs, that is brain power wasted. Chance time comes up, but like who cares? You're trying to hit every input anyways. Don't stress out more about chance time when you have to do it. Like you're supposed to do it anyways. Just play the game. That is the trick. Oh, what is this now? Okay, I could kind of feel when that beat was coming back. Whoop. Whoop. I wonder if I should put the sync back down to 0. I think it might have been fine where it was as far as a dance mat goes. I also was like, when I say I was playing with a controller, I was playing with like a cheap knockoff controller. It is like a... It is a cheap Chinese knockoff I got on Amazon. With like the phase buttons aren't even like a solid X, square, circle, and triangle. They're like broken up to look more like crosshairs. Because I don't think you can just straight up make a controller that looks exactly like it. And it's like transparent and stuff and colorful. And they were very cheap. Maybe we bring... Wait, did it start on 10? I think it started on 10. I guess let's just go with 0. I'm sorry, I really should have had all this done beforehand, but I think the controller inputs and the dance pad inputs might be slightly different as far as the delay goes. Because those, I mean, those cheap Chinese controllers, they could have been made recently or within the last decade, I don't know. But this dance mat is definitely old as heck. Because this is just, like, this isn't a knockoff. This is just a real Konami Dance Dance Revolution mat from the PS2 era. Okay. Still moving forward. Oh, I have my bracelet's going off. I'm trying to get steps today to get into battles, so expect beeping occasionally. I really should set it to silent, probably. Yeah, I definitely made it way worse. Yeah, I think the arrows are... I'm stepping after they're slightly past the marker arrows. So I need to make them arrive there later? Yeah, I can definitely see them going a little bit past before they disappear. Oh, but it's such a pain in the ass. Like, is that something I can change in the like pre-song settings? I don't know. I'm gonna go to the options one last time to try to make them timed a little bit better, and then after that I will see if there's an option to change that in the pre-song options, but I don't think there is. I think you literally have to go all the way back here and do this every time. Okay, so higher values cause the arrows to pass the targets earlier, lower values there. So I do want it down. I want it to pass slightly later. I think we were pretty good around like... I think... 15's probably fine. I also feel like sometimes when I'm doing it, it's like, oh yeah, no, this is spot on now. It's doing really good. And then other times it's like, oh no, I guess not so much. Like, it really feels like it's varying song to song. It could also be like, maybe like the, it could be like the dance pad itself. Some might be more out of sync than others because of its age and wear. Ooh. At least it remembers what song we were on, though, so I don't have to go scrolling around. Oh, look, it even has my name down there. Best by Dirk. Is that on screen while I'm playing too? Okay, let's do that. And let's press start. Can I adjust the sync here? I did not take a close enough look. I can adjust the speed, but that's different. That'll just make, like, put more arrows on screen overall. Acceleration, we don't want that. Effect, fade, handicap. Difficulty high, insert other. Oh, you can like add mines and stuff implanted. No, there does not appear to be I cannot adjust the sync from here. That would have been so much better, wouldn't it? There's an improvement that we could see. This might be as good as it gets. Oop. That was unnatural. My feet were in such a way that I had to do something tricky to fix where I was and risk tripping myself and braining myself on this desk. It's just keeping giving me a D because I'm... Yeah, it's giving me like 50% because those grades don't count for shit. Alright. Again, in my heart of hearts, I know. Let's flatten out this crinkly bastard a little bit. I should have gone like a metal mat or something. Something that'll really be cumbersome and take up space. Man, should I adjust a little bit more? I feel like the faster songs, it's even more obvious that it's slightly after. That is such a pain in the ass. I'm getting so many like ones that are what's worse than great, decent, and way off. No, I shouldn't be doing that poorly. It's really so annoying to have to adjust it every time though. Okay, well I guess while that's happening, I'll just mute that real quick and put these up. Usually the DDR games do not require this much on-the-go maintenance because they are just a bit more reliable, a bit more figured out in general. But so those are the links. I swear the DDR episodes are better. You can subscribe on the YouTube channel. I stream to both platforms using Restream. So even if you want to watch the live stream, you don't have to subscribe to Twitch. You can just do the YouTube channel to get the 2 twice a week uploads as well as a live stream. And yeah, so have fun with that. It's not only rhythm games. In fact, it's almost never rhythm games on my channel. I'm just doing this because I do like rhythm games. I just never have anything on my channel that reflects that. And I also stream Digimon unboxings on Twitch and YouTube. I'll be getting back into that soon because I got a couple boxes at the last convention I went to on the cheap, as well as picking up the next one just online recently. So let's put this back up. I also did reset the capture device. Oh, right, get rid of the links. I was like, why does it look a little stupid over there still?